Hi guys. So today is all about invitations, right? And inviting people to your challenges. And so I wanted to just do a brief little video to explain a little bit more about the invitation process. So there are two different types of inviting that you can do. You can do direct invites, which can be directly on your Facebook wall, or private notes to people directly inviting them to your challenge. Or there's a more indirect process where you build a relationship with the person. You get to know them, you learn about their work, their family, make some sort of a connection. And then when the opportunity arises within your conversation, you invite them to your challenge. So those are two different types. And I do both of them depending on who the person is, the opportunity, the time of month, things like that. A lot of different things go into play. But one thing is that you should always continually be inviting. It's important to send invitations to people because a lot of times people won't on their own come to us. And so they need that extra push, and an invitation and a note to them is really important and starts the process for them. So we provided scripts that we've created that we found based on our experience in our business that have been really useful and beneficial, and we've gotten positive feedback from. And they're in the file section of the group. They're scripts, so they're different ways that you can start a conversation with somebody, inviting them to your challenge. So if you haven't checked that document out yet, I suggest that you do. Go check it out and send it to 3 to 5 new people today and see how the response goes. I tailor it basically, for that person slightly, but in general, you can just use them the way that they are to begin a conversation. So, and then that takes a little stress off of you of how to start a conversation. A few tips that I would like to give in terms of inviting is never end a conversation, part of a conversation with, let me know if you're interested, let me know when you're ready, let me know if you want more information. What that does is it makes your conversation very close-ended, and the point of a conversation is to be able to connect with the person. You want to be able to follow up with them. You want to be able to continue the conversation and building your relationship and continuing to learn about them. And when you put the ball in their court, it makes it very difficult for you to then be able to reach back out and say, hey, have you had any more thought about that? Or what do you think about it? Because now you've said, let me know when you're ready. And they're saying, well, I'm not ready, so I'm not letting you know anything. So keep that in mind. Don't end your conversations like that. Another thing I suggest is to always end with a question. What this does is it allows for the conversation to continue. If you don't end with a question, a lot of times your conversations could get stuck and you don't really know where to go next because you didn't ask some sort of question. Keep in mind the question should not be a yes or no type of question where they can only say yes or no as their response, because that doesn't give you the opportunity to build a relationship with them and learn more about them. Instead of saying, do you like eggs? Say, what do you like to eat for breakfast? The conversation could go two very different ways based on those two questions that may be the same thing. So keep that in mind. A third tip I would like to give you, which I find is very important, whenever you're posting things on your Facebook wall, make sure that you take conversations offline. And that goes for on anybody else's wall too, right? So if you post about a challenge on your wall, or your weight loss results, or how much you love your shake, anything, and someone says, hey, what are you drinking? Like the comments, click like, write response, say, hey, I'm going to drop you a note, and then take the conversation offline, right? Again, what does this allow you to do? It allows you to build the relationship, connect, and have the potential to learn about them. So if you just respond in your thread, I drink chocolate Shakeology, they could go Google it and then go buy it someplace else. And you not having any idea, never having the opportunity to learn about them, connect with them, find out their goals, and help them, right? The other thing is want other people to be able to partake in the conversation. A lot of people are open in private but are not open in public, and so they won't necessarily like elicit a conversation on a wall. So that's another reason why you always want to take it offline. So what I always do is I like it so that they know I saw it, and I'll always make a comment saying, hey, I sent you a note, just check your notes, check your email, check your folder, whatever the case may be. That way they know to look out for it, because a lot of people don't have Messenger, and so then they may not see it. So that's why I always make a point to say like, hey, Mary, I sent you a note on information. And then this way you're able to reach out to them and build a relationship. So those are 3 things that I find are very important with inviting. Don't forget that, the person and their goals and what they're looking for is super important. And the more that you learn about them and genuinely have an interest in their journey and what it is that they're going through, and share and are open with what you've gone through and what you've experienced, the more that people will be attracted to you. So while you may start off with an initial more generic invitation, don't forget to also be you and connect, and don't make it about business, make it about helping them, and the business will follow. So go check out the invite scripts if you haven't checked them out, and definitely check out today's assignments as well as doing the daily tasks, and let us know if you have any questions.